Please do your research on the Slave Bible, so that we can learn together. Here is my research. The Slave Bible, officially titled Parts of the Holy Bible, selected for the use of the Negro slaves in the British West India Islands, was first published in 1807 by British missionaries. It was specifically edited to exclude portions of Scripture that could inspire rebellion or hope for liberation among enslaved people. The oldest religion in West and Central Africa, Orisha spelled Orisha, religion emphasized the relationship between humans and the divine and ancestral realms. Other commonalities across African religions included a belief in a supreme creator and a pantheon of lesser gods and ancestor spirits, the use of herbal medicine and charms, the importance of music and dance in worship, the belief that spirits have spiritual powers that can be used for good or bad. Many African Americans are practicing pieces of early African religions and are not even aware of it. The entire book of Exodus was either heavily redacted or excluded because it told the story of the Israelites' liberation from Egyptian bondage, a direct challenge to the institution of slavery. Passages like Galatians 3 verse 28, "There is neither Jew nor Gentile, slave nor free," were removed to avoid promoting equality. Any references to freedom, liberation, or justice were deliberately left out, such as Jeremiah 22 verse 3. "Do no wrong or violence to the foreigner, the fatherless, or the widow." Isaiah 1 verse 17. "Learn to do right, seek justice. Defend the oppressed." Included texts. Passages that emphasized obedience to authority were retained and heavily emphasized. Ephesians 6 verse 5. "Slaves, obey your earthly masters with respect and fear." Titus 2 verses 9 to 10. "Teach slaves to be subject to their masters in everything." Stories of suffering without divine intervention were included to suggest that submission was virtuous and necessary. Purpose. The Slave Bible was a strategic tool designed to reinforce the idea that slavery was divinely ordained, prevent enslaved individuals from seeing parallels between their plight and biblical stories of deliverance, justify the actions of slaveholders under the guise of religious instruction. 2. African American spirituality and biblical reclamation. In contrast to the oppressive use of the Bible, enslaved Africans and African Americans created a dynamic and liberating spiritual tradition that reinterpreted the text to align with their lived experiences and aspirations for freedom. The prophetic imagery of Revelation, with its promise of a new heaven and earth, offered hope that the world of oppression would be overturned. This hope fueled resilience and resistance. The Invisible Church consisted of sermons and prayers focused on justice, equality, and the eventual triumph of good over evil, drawing from stories like David and Goliath or Daniel in the lion's den. African Americans and abolitionists also wielded the Bible as a powerful tool against slavery. They challenged the pro-slavery interpretations with their own readings. Frederick Douglass. Douglass, an escaped slave and abolitionist, criticized the hypocrisy of slaveholders who claimed Christianity. He distinguished between slaveholding religion and true Christianity, which he saw as a faith that promoted justice and freedom. Sojourner Truth. Truth used the Bible to assert the equality of women and African Americans, emphasizing texts that highlighted God's justice and the dignity of all people. The reinterpretation of the Bible during slavery laid the foundation for African American spirituality and activism. The story of the Bible in the context of slavery is one of duality, oppression and resistance, control and liberation. While enslavers manipulated Scripture to justify their actions, African Americans reclaimed it as a source of hope, strength, and ultimately freedom. The legacy of this reclamation continues to shape African American culture, spirituality, and social justice movements today.